think of money?
I also think of you. Very often. How nice it would be for us to see each other all the time. Not just a few hours each week.
Oh, you can be cruel when you want to be.
I know what I want, and I'd take it when I want it. Ought to realize that by now.
I'll try.
Welcome. We are back. Another day in the market. Hope everybody's doing well. Probably a little bit of a quicker stream today, maybe like 30-40 minutes. We're gonna cover Bitcoin, the market, CLOV, Snapchat, Fisker, the ongoing trades. Maybe just talk a little bit and we'll see what's up with everything. Right now, Bitcoin, bearish engulfing candle pretty much on the daily. I don't know if it's perfect, but pretty close to a bearish engulfing candle if it's not one. Just selling off a little bit. I mean, support I see kind of broke back under the previous all-time high, so now the support I see is 59.5k for Bitcoin. Of course, it doesn't have to get there, but that's what I see next. Not much apart from that. It's been on a crazy run, really, after a crazy run like that, and of course it can keep going. You never know, it's Bitcoin. There's not too much data has developed to really get much of like a technical view. I mean, you could just chart demand lines. And if we do this, then you're kind of like testing one right now. So we'll see. 4-hour hidden bullish divergence is possible on the MACD and RSI if Bitcoin can make a higher low than 58.8k. We'll see whether or not that confirms. And what's up with the market? I mean, we had you're kind of flat for like most of the day, and then kind of in the last half an hour or something, we had a rally up to all-time highs on the S&P 500, the index, not the SPY ETF, but the actual SPX hit all-time highs today. Just really big rallies. So yeah, and then after hours, Snapchat had earnings. I think it was down like over 20%. And some other tech stocks and media stocks kind of followed. I mean, let's see how they closed after hours. Snapchat closed down 21% in after hours. Twitter was down 5% in after hours. Google was down 2% in after hours. Roku was down 3% in after hours. Facebook was down 4% in after hours. So a lot of those large cap tech stocks kind of got hit after hours. Futures did also, the SPY ETF closed after hours down 0.23%. Right now, futures have recovered a bit. They're actually on the S&P 500. They're actually like kind of flat right now. And Russell futures are actually green. They're up 1/3%. And then NASDAQ futures are down 0.5%. So kind of like flat for the S&P, down 0.5% for the NASDAQ, and then up 1/3% for the Russell when we're talking about futures. So interesting. We'll see how they look in the morning. And yeah, we'll look at the actual S&P 500 right now. There you go. Highest close ever, highest price ever. History was made today. And I've been wrong the whole entire week pretty much after kind of calling all these little moves. I really thought we were going to see a pullback between yesterday, the day before that. We just really haven't. We've just been going higher and higher. So it really is insane. You're still, I think, overbought on the 1-hour time frame. You've been overbought like all week. I don't know the last time it's been overbought for a whole week, but yeah, the classic bearish divergence. Instead of like dropping the price, it just made the price go flat for a little bit, and now it's going back up. And then even intraday, there was a kind of like a range that it broke out of, and that's when it really kind of took off. It was kind of flat until it broke out of this range to the upside. So yeah, that's the SPY right now. It is overbought going into tomorrow, but it has been overbought going into every single day this week. And we'll see. Yeah, on the actual SPY ETF, didn't hit all-time highs yet. The previous all-time high, or the current all-time high, is 454.05. And SPY didn't even hit 454 today. It's not too far away from that, but we'll see what it looks like in the morning. In terms of technicals, you actually pretty much are invalidating the 886 PCC. Right now, you're pretty much at a 98% retrace. Still could be a potential shark all the way up until I believe the 1.13 retrace, which would be around 457, almost 458. And yeah, I mean, it's just crazy. Every single 4-hour candle has been green for 8 days in a row. I don't know the last time that happened. That's just unusual. It's crazy. So that's really what's going on with the SPY right now. You know, tomorrow we'll see what the pre-market looks like. You know, some levels, if tomorrow's a red day, the strongest levels I see as support are 452.86, 451, and then after that 448, and then you have a gap fill at like 447.5. If we keep going higher tomorrow, your first resistance for the SPY is the previous all-time high at 454.05, and then above that, who knows, there's really not much resistance after that. So that's really what's going on with the S&P. We can take a look at the NASDAQ now. NASDAQ futures are down almost 0.5%. Have a good one, Cheddar Freeze, if you're still here. Danny says, would you like to make a video about how to trade options? There's a 1-hour video I made about how to trade options. It's if you want to watch it, it's $1,000. Just DM me and I'll send you the link. I'm joking, it's free. The link's in the description. I need to stop making that joke, it's getting old, but yeah, there's a full free course in the description. And the 1-hour options video is included in that free course. Just go to the description, it's a YouTube playlist, and it's there. So NASDAQ today, bullish engulfing candle. Highest close since September 9th. Kind of cleared a little bit of a resistance area today, which was kind of like right over here at 15,165. So cleared above that today. That was actually kind of where you found resistance yesterday. I guess this is just like your next resistance zone for the NASDAQ, just this little area up here. We'll see if it can get there and what it does if/when it gets there. Gap fill in the NASDAQ is around 15,000. I think that's a psychological level as well. Just this area is kind of your support. So, you know, very simple on the NASDAQ. You're kind of in between support and resistance. There's your resistance, there's your support. We'll see which one it taps first, and we'll see how it reacts if/when it gets to support or resistance. It will get to one of them at some point, you know, just a question of which one first and when. The Russell 2000 actually is breaking out of this triangle pattern. So for small cap traders, I mean, Russell futures are up 1/3% right now. You got a breakout on the Russell 2000, which kind of, it actually outperformed, I don't know percent wise, but just if you look at the charts, you know, the NASDAQ, I mean, the S&P sold off a lot more in September. I mean, we could just look at the monthly. I don't know what the percents are like, because typically the Russell moves a little bit more, but we were down 3% for the Russell in September, and then the S&P was down 5%. So yeah, can't even talk. The Russell outperformed in September, but also the S&P ran all the way back up to all-time highs this month, and the Russell hasn't. So we'll see if it can kind of play catch up on this breakout. Probably my favorite looking index right now. I said that last night, and yeah, it was up a little bit today, 1/4%. The ARK ETF is just kind of going sideways in between support and resistance. I don't see much of a technical edge on the ARK ETF for right now. One other thing, the VIX, Volatility Index, lowest close since the COVID crash. We have not closed at 15 on the Volatility Index. The last day that we pretty much closed around that level was February 19th of 2020. And days after that, we saw the market crash. So yeah, very low level on the VIX. The last 1, 2, 3, 4 times, roughly last 5 times that the VIX got here, from April to September was when the market kind of started pulling back. But you never know. The VIX can go lower than 14, come down to 12, which is where it was before the COVID crash. It's always possible. I'm just giving you some stats there. And I think the 10-year yield pulled back a little bit. It's pulling back a little bit right now, but highest close on the 10-year yield since like pretty much May. Really interesting to see the S&P just rallying, the market rallying, but also the 10 years rallying. Because we kind of saw from like April to August, the 10-year was just kind of dropping while the markets went higher. And then in September, the 10 years started going back up again while the markets were dropping, but now they're both going up together. and it is back above this low from 2015. Next level is kind of 1.9 on the US 10-year. You even have a little bit of resistance here though, around 1.76, just from the top of that pattern. So that's what's going on there. Hang Seng index is up 0.5% today. Evergrande chart's not moving. I don't know when it's going to get unhalted. The dollar kind of backtesting the neckline of this cup and handle. It would be interesting to me if the dollar kind of bounced off this, but it's interesting. You had the 10-year rising, the dollar's out of support, the VIX is at its lowest level since the COVID crash. The last time the VIX was around this level or closed around this level is when the COVID crash happened days later. So just interesting levels if you look at a bunch of other stuff. I mean, gold's looking pretty interesting right now. It's kind of, let's see, kind of testing a supply line. I don't know. You could probably look at that in a few different ways, but gold's testing a supply line. We're starting to see movement across a bunch of different charts instead of just kind of everything kind of going sideways except for the market going up and down. So just keep an eye on everything. The dollar, gold, the VIX, 10-year bonds, and we'll see how everything kind of unfolds. It's just a lot of mixed variables right now, despite the market being super strong in the last, 2 weeks almost now, or just really a week and a half. So yeah, that's my thoughts on the market right now. Hit that like button if you didn't already. Let's get to 30 likes really quickly. I'm gonna talk about CLOV next. KTF says, feel like a massive rally before the tapering begins in November. We'll see. Neutron says, hey, if it's your first time watching, check this mess out. You can talk to all of us, do TA, and see our charts intraday if you join the Discord, and you drop the Discord link in the chat, so go check that out. So yeah. What's up, Nate, in the chat? Hope you're doing well. So let's talk about CLOV. Wish there was things to talk about, but honestly not really, just kind of going sideways. Kind of like the same type of candle as yesterday. You had a little bit of a move intraday, and then you just kind of closed towards session lows. Still trying to hang on to the 785 level for the closes, and then just still trying to stay above 770 in general. 4-hour bearish engulfing candle. MACD did go back over to red, which we talked about I think last night. But it's just range bound. I mean, there's really not much to update on CLOV right now. It's just in a range between 770 and 820, and I'm just waiting to see which way it breaks with confirmation. We already talked about it. Breaks to the upside, I think it's going to head to 9. Breaks to the downside, I think it's going to head to 750ish, and we'll see what happens if/when it gets there. Yeah, I just need more data on CLOV right now to get a technical edge. So I mean, there's been however many months, there's just been technical thing after technical thing after technical thing on CLOV. And this is one of the first times I've seen in a while where there's just literally nothing to talk about from a technical standpoint. That really catches my eye. But of course that can change within one day, you never know. But for now, it's just like, I gotta wait for variables. I trade off of variables, and I don't really see bullish or bearish variables on the daily, 4-hour or 1 hour. So it's just kind of neutral to me right here from a technical standpoint. And then earnings, I think, are on the 8th. I think they announced that like yesterday. So we'll see. Fisker flat today. I just want to see Fisker get back above 1450. It looked like it was breaking out on Tuesday, and now it's just kind of being weird. It pulled back yesterday, was flat today. I don't know. It's at this demand line on the 1 hour with hidden bullish divergence. You have an edge on the 1 hour. 4 hour, you're kind of like in an interesting area. You're kind of like at the end of this triangle. I mean, I don't know, maybe you just kind of recharted, I guess, because you never really got price action. And regardless, like, I was only charting 2 touches of those supply lines. So this is still 2 touches of the supply line, because you have 1, 2, 3, 4 touches on the demand line. So I'm just going to kind of redraw that triangle, because again, if your pattern's not showing you price action, there's no law that says you can't redraw it to kind of fit. And then we'll see if it breaks out of this and you do see some sort of reaction, then maybe this is a more valid way to view the pattern. 4-hour MACD is losing momentum on Fisker. It's just really, it's testing the biggest area on the chart. So can't be surprised that it's kind of being a little bit weird right here. I mean, just very simply, let me keep this on my weekly chart so I don't have to do this every single time. You could see it, this level right over here roughly. Let me make it white. That's the huge level, okay? Support here, resistance here. Now it's testing. It's also testing a supply line on the weekly. MACD is bullish convergence, pretty close to going back to green. It's just all about this level right here on Fisker for right now. We'll see if it can eventually break it. Now let me fix my support resistance line. Okay. But yeah, Fisker and CLOV, I just think they need more variables in the short term. In terms of the other ongoing trades, VIPS was up 2% today. Bullish engulfing candle, highest close since like the middle of September. It's looking good. Again, it's a weekly bat. That's really what I'm looking at here. But look, this is exactly where you want to see a bounce. And you got it right off of the 886 and a historical support with the MACD getting close to green on the daily. RSIs, it was just oversold. Now it's kind of double bottoming. Like everything here for right now is looking good on VIPS. Of course, that can change. But for right now, so far so good. NEO was flat today, so nothing to update there. PBR got stop hunted today. Kind of, again, we've been talking about this hidden bearish divergence. It looked like it was weird. It looked like it was back testing, then the day after it bounced after back testing the wedge, and then today just kind of flopped. And then your hidden bearish divergence did confirm. It closed like right at the 200-day moving average. We'll see tomorrow whether it gets stopped out or not. And I think earnings are on the 28th according to TradingView. Trip, we talked about this as well. It broke under that level, that 36 level. It's going lower. Really, your support's that previous supply line. Of course, it could bounce above that, but that potentially could be the next area it tests, and then hopefully it bounces and it doesn't get stopped out, but you never know. And then Ford, we could stop bringing it up on stream until there's, I guess, new variables, but third target was hit. So 24% profit on Ford in about a month. So that's a really nice move for Ford in 1 month. I mean, even had its highest candle close, I think, since the COVID, like, let's see, highest candle close pretty much since 2015, I think. Yeah. So, wow. I mean, if we go over to, if we just look at the daily, you have this rounding bottom. If we go on the weekly though, take a look at that. Kind of like the whole entire thing was a rounding bottom. I mean, I wouldn't really call this a cup and handle. It's just like, it's a very weird shaped cup, but psychology is pretty similar. You know, something like that as your cup, and then this is like your handle. And now you're actually breaking the neckline if you look at it like that, but it is testing a historical level. So that's Ford. Really good swing trade. If you were in it, congrats on the 24%. And earnings are on the 27th, so good timing there as well, unless earnings, unless they crush and then it just keeps running. So that's really it for the ongoing trades. Snapchat had a crazy move. Can I put extended hours? How do I do that when the market's closed? Usually it says EXT at the bottom. I'm sure Neutron Flux Labs knows how to do this. I don't see extended there, but yeah, Snapchat, not an ongoing trade, but it made a pretty interesting move after hours. Closed at $59. So pretty much where this white line is where Snapchat went down to after hours. Interesting, it closed after hours at a support level. We'll see if it bounces off that level tomorrow. I mean, it just had earnings. It's very volatile. Anything is really possible. I'm sure when it opens, it's going to be very oversold on low time frames, but you never know. Technicals are overrided for right now until there's like data. Use a lower time frame. Thank you. There you go. So now we can see it. Yeah, you kind of just closed that. I mean, you went under it after hours, but you closed after hours right at this level from, it was a support in June. So that's your Snapchat for right now. But a lot of stocks, I mean, did similar things after hours. ROKU, this was a 200% trade, I think on Monday and Tuesday for premium members. Not the best week for options, stressing me out, honestly, but we had a good Monday. And yeah, look, Roku also closed at a support after hours. Will be interesting to see if it can hold. This is like one of the biggest levels on Roku. Look at this low, this high, these highs, this low, this low. We'll see. We'll see what it looks like in the morning if it can hold that level or not. Tesla pretty much retested all-time highs today. I don't think it literally made a new all-time high. It was 40 cents shy of making an all-time high, but it did tap 900 for the second time you know, ever, I guess. It is overbought on the daily. 878 is kind of support on Tesla for right now. It was the resistance. It was, you could see, resistance on February 2nd and February 8th. Then it became resistance again on October 9th. You pulled back a little bit, and then today you get a large spike above it after earnings, and you closed above it. So now your last resistance is, I guess, $900.40. Previous all-time high, and then supports 878.70, where this stays high. You just set an alert there. So yeah, that's pretty much what's going on right now. Futures really haven't moved much since I started streaming. Yeah, Facebook as well. Bell, Google. Hello Again says a lot of people aping into Roku because it's not dependent on Apple. Only thing sketchy is the beef with Google right now. I'm not aware of the beef that Roku and Google have. Hopefully they get it sorted out. So yeah, see what's up in the chat. Hit that like button if you didn't already. D says bad weeks are good weeks. I'll be tuning in to watch you work your draft, champ. I appreciate that, dude. Thank you for all the support. Yeah, today, this week, I think was one of the worst weeks for premium trades. I mean, we had a great streak up until this week for multiple weeks. We even had like a 6 in a row streak at one point on options trades. I don't know, I just kind of didn't perform how I usually do this week. But yeah, I appreciate all the support. I mean, the amount of messages I've gotten is amazing. The swings have been doing very well, I will say that. So yeah. Speaking of premium, I asked premium members to write some reviews yesterday. Here are some. I could read them out. First one, amazing. Oh yeah, blessed to be a part of premium. You can't see that part. Amazing trade setups and education is on point. I'm now able to find A1 trades myself and have gone 2 weeks plus with not a single red day, making more than I do at my 9 to 5 day trading in the last 2 days. Thanks to your amazing education. Another person said made $1,800 the first day. Premium is $35 for your first month. So congrats. $35, not $3,500, but made $1,800 the first day from some of the trade ideas. I'd say it's worth the premium. Another person says it's been very great. There's so much detailed analysis and very easy to understand chart ideas with the help of premium members. There's never been something I missed out in the market or in my education about charting. And another person said with premium, I give the education and the edge, all while keeping it entertaining, amazing value. Like just messages and stuff like that just make my day. So to all the premium members, thank you so much. To everybody who watches the stream, thank you. To everybody who's in the Discord, thank you. But yeah, really cool to see all those kind words. And those are, those are what some premium members are saying. If you're not a premium member, it's always first link in the description. And yeah, really cool to see that. What else? Futures. S&P futures are trying to go green. We'll see if they can or not. Anything else I wanted to bring up tonight? We were looking at Activision yesterday. Somebody requested it. Had a nice day today. Good follow through after the breakout of the supply line. Very interesting chart. DraftKings was flat. Still just kind of in this range. This is not like an actual swing for now. I don't know. I'm just waiting for more variables, I guess. And Lucid was up 1% today. It's actually testing the 200-day moving average. Be interesting to see if it could hold it tomorrow. So, yeah. Keep hitting that like button if you didn't already. D says goal is to minimize losses, which is what a learner of yours like myself has done. So this week has been bad at all. I'm really glad to hear that. And yeah, it's crazy. Like the 1 week that the market, had like literally goes up 5% in like a week is the 1 week where like my day trades are just not working. I don't know. I think maybe I got really used to like day trading the market based on how it's been for the last like 2 months. And then, this last week had just been a lot different. And it's like, it wasn't just puts that didn't work. Like even some calls didn't work. It was just very I don't know, I was just off this week in terms of like short-term trades, but at least the swings were kind of carrying for the week. A lot of crypto trades did well. Let me switch back to the other overlay. Zcash. It had to be marked as a break even on the sheet, of course. Opposite operator messing with me. Which one was it? There, it's this one. But look at that. Boom. Beautiful. Those are technicals. It even broke above the 200-day moving average. Now it's testing this other resistance. So good stuff there. We'll see if Doge can kind of, I don't know, have some fun as well. Doge is kind of going sideways right now. So yeah. How long have we been live for? 27. I said it was gonna be a quick stream. I gotta wake up early again tomorrow morning, and it's been a really long week. So apologies for the short stream, but I try my best to still stream tonight. If you enjoyed the half an hour of coverage tonight, make sure to hit that like button. Yeah, all the links are in the description. If you're interested in joining the free Discord, premium, watching the free course, everything's in the description. Make sure to check that out. And yeah, I'll be live again on Sunday night. Most likely. I think. Alright. Thank you for watching the stream. Sorry for the short stream, but I hope you enjoyed. Have a great night, everybody, and peace out. I was summoned. I was summoned by a tip. Neutron, thank you very much for a $3 tip. Hope you're doing well. I don't know if you said anything in the chat. No lotto. Lotto? You just chipped $3. Wanted a lotto? Alright. Alright. I guess we're back. I already kind of looked at the chart, but the only thing I'm kind of looking at right now for potentially playing lottos on tomorrow is this. ROKU. If the market allows for it, and if it can hold this support level. I might be watching ROKU in the morning for some calls maybe, but I'll probably have a tight stop. I might stop myself out if it breaks under this 319 level. And then for like resistances, I mean, you got some at 328 and then some at 334. So that's what I kind of be watching. But I mean, you know, it was very weird after hours. So yeah, I mean, not financial advice. A lotto literally has a low probability. Only if you're ever playing lottos, whatever you're putting into them, just look at it as you had an expensive dinner, okay? So don't put in money that you're not willing to risk when you're trading lottos. I don't even know if I'm gonna trade this tomorrow. That's one thing that I'm watching potentially in the morning. Guy says snap call lottos. It is out of support, but I think that the pre-market might be a little bit volatile. I'd like to see like a good like 20-30 minutes of price action before I would touch snap tomorrow. But you never know. I mean, if you look at that RSI on the 4 hour, it's Again, this is extended hours. It's down to 14. Last time it was down to 14 on extended hours was February 27th. Where was that? Was this it? Wait, when was that? One second, let me kind of zoom in. It was February 28th. So last time it got there, I mean, it had 8% move, but within a few days. I don't know. We'll see in the morning. And yeah. So there you go. Thank you very much for $3 tip. If you enjoyed the stream, hit the like button, and that'll be it.